second episode of Masters of Intellectual Thinking podcast. We do it live on IG, but it'll be uploaded on YouTube, the actual page, here in a few days. So I'm about to bring on my guest, man. Me and this brother, like, we go way back, man. I'm talking about 2010, maybe, when we was both actively doing music. This brother has been on. He got his contributions with hair and stylist on Medea Homecoming, Bruh, The Oval, Ruthless, The Young Dylan Show, you name it, man. Like, this brother is doing his thing, man. He's a diehard Oakland Raiders fan, you know what I'm saying? And
I'm glad you said Oakland. Glad you said Oakland. Go ahead.
Raiders. But like, I want to just salute my brother because he just got his contributions on the Black Panther 2. They just got nominated for an Oscar, man. So no further ado, let's give a round of applause for the great brother, JOD, Derek Washington, man. What's good, fam?
What's good, family, man? Hey, it's a pleasure to be here, man. We go way back. You know, yes, like you said, you know, back when I was a full-time artist and, you know, still a barber, but most definitely I was a full-time artist as well. And just trying my best to get out here, and you was trying your best to get out here in the music industry, and we was traveling, you know, doing promotion tours and radio interviews, just trying to get our music out there, boy. I'm talking about, man, it was a journey, right?
Man, it's been a grind, man. Like, I think we both transitioned to artists. Now we are entrepreneurs, man. We tapped in. We both got nonprofit organizations, and man, but more importantly, man, just putting God first and walking righteous and staying out the way, man. That's the main thing. So first off, my brother, let me congratulate you on your Oscar nomination. How does it feel, my brother, to be a part of a magnitude of Black Panther 2, man? You know, something for the culture, my brother. Like, tell me how you feel, my brother.
Man, you know, words can't even describe it, man. Really, I'm so humble, bro. I don't really talk about it much, you know. Some of my friends, the people I know, sometimes they'll bring it up, you know, when I get around them, or they'll mention it, man. But really, man, I'm just so grateful for the journey to get here. You know, I've come a long way, man. Like, moving to Atlanta, not having nothing, starting over, couldn't take care of my kids. I have a son named Braylon, he's 10. I have a daughter named Maria, she's 20. And I couldn't do nothing for them at the time. I was just trying to, find my way and just trying to be a man and be a stand-up guy. But, you know, I took a chance on my life. I took a chance on my hands. I took a chance on everything. And a lot of people doubted it, man, but it went through. It worked out.
That's a bet, my brother. That's hey, man. So what inspired you to be a barber, and how did it transition to you working into the film industry, my brother?
Well, I've been, man, messing with the Clippers since I was 13 years old. My grandmother bought me a pair, man, for Christmas, and I started practicing on my brother. My brothers at the time, but they passed away right now. But practicing with my brothers, my cousins, you know, family members, you know, and then they went to the neighborhoods, and then neighborhood people, then it went to the people I was in school with, and it just carried me through my life. Like, it's funny. It's funny, man, how you have these talents and you just don't know what it's going to do for you later, you know. And at that time, being young as a young teen and all that stuff, just growing and just playing ball and doing so many things, not knowing that God has given you a gift. But man, it's just been an awesome journey, bro. Like, you know, being a master barber, just growing as a master barber, spent 15 years in Columbia, South Carolina at MJ's Barber Salon, you know, learned a whole lot about barbering, about hair care, about having consistency. And then I was able to take it to Atlanta, Georgia, man. And once I moved here, man, you know, like I said, it was a rough deal. But once I you know, I did a lot of free work. I let people sit in my chairs and just cut their hair for free just so they can come back. And once that started happening, I started seeing some success. And I started networking, man, in the city of Atlanta, man. I was hearing about these classes, how to transform or transition your way from being behind a barber chair to on set. And you had to pay for these classes, man. It wasn't nothing cheap. You had to pay for it. And to get in that door, you know, you had to network with the people who was doing it. And I sacrificed a lot of my bills, money I really didn't have to go to these classes to network. And that's, you know, that's how I really just uh, started dealing with the people in film industry and just got my name out there, my
Right.
personality, let them see my work, and just being on site, man, being persistent, and it
Right.
worked out for me, man. I got an opportunity, and that opportunity led to another opportunity and another opportunity, and then
Yeah.
here we are, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just ripple effect. So let's take it back to because like I said, we know each other from doing music, you know, touring back in like 2010 when we was artists. So once you kind of transitioned to being more of a full-time master barber, who was the first person that noticed you? Like, hey, like this guy JOD, like this brother, he can, like his work is awesome. Like, who was the first person to believe in your work to make you transition into working in film full time, my brother?
Man, my mentor to this day, good friend of mine, her name is Tanya Cryer. She she is my mentor in this business. She gave me my first opportunity on the movie called The Banker with Samuel Jackson, Nia
Wow.
Long, and Anthony Mackie. She saw my work ethic, my attitude, and gave me an opportunity, man. She was like, she was like, "There, I like your skill set, man. I like your attitude more. You know, I could teach you how to have good, you know, what to do, but your attitude shines, and you already got the skill set. So I'm gonna give you an opportunity." And a lot of things that led to that, you know, which is a deeper story, but most definitely, she gave me an opportunity, and that got me in the door, man. Working with Samuel Jackson for 4 months, that was everything, man. Seeing Nia Long every day for 4 months, that was everything. It was just
Awesome.
unbelievable. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome, man. So how do you keep up with the latest trends in barbering, especially, you know, translating with them into like the cinematic universe on Black Panther too? Like how do you transition to that, my brother?
Man, you know, learning, man, learning is everything, man. And I was able to work at Tyler Perry for 3 years,
Right.
and um, and I was introduced to a guy named Byron Johnson, who was one of my mentor at Tyler Perry Studio,
Okay.
and and then I met a guy named Victor Paz, who is he was a great master barber in the film industry, and he saw my talents as well. You know, we was working on wigs and stuff like that. You know, in the bubble at Tyler Perry on the Oval Show,
Right.
and he saw my talent. You know, he saw what I had. He saw me working on the wigs. He knew I had the skill set, but he knew I was missing a couple of
Right.
things. And he put me to the side, man. Shouts out to my boy Victor Paz. I love you, brother. Like, he taught me the game on the wigs. He taught me how to make them. He taught me how to position them. Taught me how to lay them, and that led me to, you know, later on, a year later, a year or two later, that led me to working on Black Panther, because he actually put a word in for me to come work in the trailer with some of the biggest hair artists in the world, man. And I'm so grateful. He gave me an opportunity. And, you know, once I got into the trailer, and, you know, I started, you know, working good and learning a lot more things about hair, wig making and things like that. It led me to, you know, doing some great work on Black Panther 2, man, which was awesome.
Right.
You know, it's awesome, man.
Yeah. And RIP to the great brother Chadwick Boseman, man. I know, you know, that was a major loss for the whole Black Panther
Yeah.
family, man. And you know, we sure hate that brother lost his life early to that, terminal, as you know, cancer and everything, my brother. But yeah, man, this is truly amazing, my brother. So you said something a few minutes ago about attitude, right?
Right.
And I tell people all the time, you know, the altitude of your attitude is everything. You know, you can have the talent, you can have the look, but if your attitude is not in check, man, you're not gonna go far in life. Because I tell people all the time, attitude, principles, and morals will get you in doors that your money can't get you in. So with that being said, my brother, how do you feel? Well, with you being from South Carolina, and I know that you come a strong, loving family, is attitude something that your mother installed in you, great brother?
Well, man, you know, my mother instilled a lot into me, man. You know, and my mother and my dad, you know, I've seen them work hard all their life. You know what I mean? So that was instilled in me, you know, the work ethic, you know, and through life, having mentors in high school and in college, you know, it helps me develop into the man who I am today with having persistence and with having, you know, a great insight and attitude on life and want to be better, want to grow and things like that, man. So it play, you know, those people play a intricate part in my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
To grow as an adult, man. So I'm very grateful for all those people, man. So
Absolutely, my brother, man. The family unit is so much important these days, and especially with like where we're at today with how the youngsters are, man. It's like no respect, no guidance, man. So it's gonna take some great brothers like me and you to try to reach out to the youth, man. So let's kind of switch gears to a moment. Can you talk a little bit more like about your nonprofit that you do like out in Atlanta, my brother?
yeah, man. When I moved here, like I said, I didn't have two nickels to rub, but um, you know, working at the shop I was working in, like I said, I was you know, building my clientele up and just doing a lot of free work. And I ran into some guys who had a nonprofit at Clark, Atlanta, and they knew some people at Georgia State University who was doing a lot of nonprofit stuff.
Right.
Uh, in a early learning program for kids in high school and ninth, 10th, and 11th grade high schoolers. You know, it's called the early college program.
Okay.
And they let me do my MTM program through that.
Wow.
And I was able to do that 2 years at Georgia State University. But I started back home in Columbia, South Carolina at Eau Claire High School. Shouts out to my alma mater, you know, the mighty Shamrocks, Eau Claire High School. I started there and then was able to transition into Clark, Atlanta, in Atlanta, Georgia, man. It was so wonderful, man. For 2 years, all the urban kids in urban, you know, urban schools in Atlanta, Georgia would come to this program, 9th, 10th, and 11th and 12th graders.
Right.
And we would mentor them through life situational issues, you know, social economical issues, you know, music. You know, it was a wonderful thing. I gave away keyboards. You know, I had like a essay write-off for keyboards and an essay write-off for T-shirts. So I was able to instill a lot into those kids, man, you know, let them see my journey. And so when they go through their hardships and rough times through their journey, they can always look back and say, hey, you know, I remember Mr. Washington said this right here went through his journey, and, you know, I'm going through these things, but I can also, you know, overcome and persevere. So, you know, it was a blessing, man, being, and some of those kids to this day, they inbox me, they hit me up,
Yeah.
and a lot of them are doing well, because mind you, that was when I first moved here, man, back in 2016 and 17. So a lot of those kids have graduated from high school, the 11 and 12th graders, and they're doing very well in their life, man. A lot of them still hit me up, and they still be like, wow, you know, we knew you was going to be great because how I presented myself to them and the things I instilled to them, man. So it was an awesome run, man. And you know, I really appreciate it. MTM has done so wonderful for me in the nonprofit scene and just helping the youth and just, you know, getting actual sponsorships and stuff from Yamaha and things like that. So it was a blessing, man. It was a true blessing. And, you know, so funny is that blessing, man, giving back and doing what I did then. You know, God saw that. God knew my heart. God knew I ain't had a dime to do none of it, but He saw that, and that was a blessing for me to pour into that, not knowing that it was going to pour back into me. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. And like you just said, brother, like each one teach one, iron sharpens iron, man. And the youth, they're so guided today, and they need like great brothers and sisters, man, that's going to be here for them to put them on that right, straight, narrow path, man, because they can easily gravitate to drugs, gangs, violence, and things of that nature. Because we see it every day, my brother. I want to double salute you on that, my brother, for sure. So, so as far as changing the scenery from South Carolina to Atlanta, how did that transition for you moving from the South Carolina to Atlanta, my brother, and how much of an impact has that been in your life, my brother?
Man, you know, I came down to, oh my God, people thought I was crazy, bro. I mean, when I said I was leaving Columbia to go to Atlanta, man, a lot of my peers, not everyone, but a lot of them was like, yo, man, you know, there's so many barbers on each corner. it's so many, you know, like how I don't know what you're gonna do, man. Like you doing good here, you gotta stay here. But I wanted to grow, man, and I know it's a lot of barbers, you know, barbers and barbershops on each corner and every crisp and crack in Atlanta, Georgia. But I knew that, you know, they're still not me. You know, I'm a one of a kind barber, dude, and I knew
Right,
I could win, and I bet it on my hands, and transforming from South Carolina to here, I knew that I was going to win, but I knew I was going to fall. See, Steve Harvey said, "You got to jump, dude.
right,
You got to jump. If you don't jump, you'll never know what'll happen for you." And I jumped, and my wings didn't come out automatically. You know, I bruised my hip real bad. I messed up my back. You know, tore up my shoulder
yeah,
when I jumped. But after a while, man, my wings opened, man,
yeah,
and I knew that they would. Just gonna have to take time. Just have to believe and keep pushing. Now, it was some struggle times where I started to doubt
right,
myself. It
right,
was times I started to doubt myself, brother, but I hung on in there. I never gave up. Even when I was getting the negativity or the he say, she say, man, I hung in there. I never gave up. And I knew people would see the light once everything happened. Now, I didn't
right.
know what was going to happen at the time, but I knew it was something engraved for me, bro. I knew it was. I just had to keep fighting and keep pushing to get there. And here we are. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
it's a
man.
blessing. Yeah.
Yeah, man, like they say, man, faith without work is dead, brother. You got to keep believing. You got to keep pushing it. Even if it's one person that believe in you, like you said, it took one person to see your
Yeah.
work, make a
Yeah.
phone call, gave you an
Yeah.
opportunity. You kicked the
Yeah.
door, and
Yeah.
you took full advantage of it, my brother. And opportunities like that don't always come along, but it came at the right moment, and you took full advantage of it, my brother. So currently, right now, what current projects are you currently working on right now, and what can we expect in the future from the great brother JOD?
Well, man, right now, the strike has had everything on pause. Man,
Right.
148 days, man. You boy, get the
100,
flu.
hold on one second. 148 days. Like,
Man,
so it's real. So yeah, let's touch bases on this
I'm
strike thing.
telling you, man.
I'm a little curious because I'm not tapped into the music industry. I mean, movie film industry. So can you expound a tad bit on what's going on with the strike, my brother?
Well, I don't know all the intricate details, but I'm gonna tell you this. The streaming is doing billions, and
Right,
the actors and the writers want a piece, and they should get a piece. They
right,
put in a lot of work. We got to get rid of this old contract, and we come into a new one. AI is trying to take over. They're trying to put AI in the place of hair, makeup, and certain things in the film industry, and that's not gonna fly.
right,
You know what I mean? Because you can't replace AI with a human, man, with the ability to use these
right,
hands and ability to style and coordinate and put together and things like that in the film industry. And it's a list of jobs in the film industry, but AI can't do everything, man. And it's a bidding war right now. It's a fight for their rights, man. You know what I'm saying? And they deserve it, man. They deserve it. Now the hair and makeup contracts are coming up too. So what's going to happen then? You know what I'm saying? So
right,
we have to fight for equal rights, man. So I don't blame them, man. For doing that. Now the Writers Guild and the Writers Guild actors had they strike. The Writers Guild they don't settle. They have settled. Now we waiting on the actors, and then we will begin full fledged back into the film industry.
right,
A lot of people think because they see on the news or they hear on the internet or social media or YouTube like the strike is over, but it ain't over yet. We still got a process to go through before we get back to work.
right,
And man, sooner the better because a lot of people this has really done a lot of things for a lot of bad things for a lot of people as far as living expenses, life, family, things like that.
yeah,
So, it's been a rough road, but God has been so good. And shout out to all my union sisters and brothers who've been going through the struggle or just going through something. You may not be going through struggles, you may not be going through but mentally it may have played effect on you because not working for 5 months, bro, and used to working all the time,
man. Yeah, and it's tough right now because inflation going up, gas up, rent,
that's
mortgage,
cool.
food,
Rent, gas,
everything.
mortgage, whatever you want to call it, man. And I'm so blessed and so thankful I kept my salon suite. And I'm so thankful that I made the decision to keep that because when we went on strike, I was able to go in and do my clients and start back doing my clients, and they was missing me by being on set a lot. So it was a blessing, man. I'm so grateful I kept that thing, because God, thank
Yeah,
you.
my brother. My brother, that's awesome, man. So outside of you know, being a full-time master barber and having your nonprofit, what other creative things are you into? Are you still doing like music from time to time? Because I know that you just did an anthem with the Las Vegas Raiders, right? You just did an anthem for them, correct?
Yeah, we are right now. The funny thing is, man, you know, when I put the pen down and started focusing on my craft as a barber, as a master barber, I had the decision to do that, and that was hard for me.
Yeah.
It was hard for me to put the pen down because I spent 15 years of professional within the music. Now, before that, I was just writing and just doing all of that.
Right.
You know, so you spend so long on something that you have passion for, that you love, and you had to put it down. Boy, when I put it down, you know, it was a great thing, man. It was a great thing that I did, because I was able to, you know, go into my barber craft and really, you know, really go in and get better and do things better, and, you know, and learn a lot more. And then I was able to come back to the pen, you know, and it was like a refreshing thing. I took a break and I came back. And one of my good friends, Victor Brown, he's a big time Raider fan like myself, and he makes Raider apparel. Shouts out to my boy Victor Brown. He's a good brother. Him and his sister T, him and his wife T, my sister. You know, good people, man. And he started making Raider apparel and Raider this, Raider that, patches and things like that. And we got involved into the music together because he's an artist. Right. So we started making music, man, for the Raiders, man. Came out with a mixtape, shot some videos. Now we got a YouTube page, man. We got a website. You know, you can follow, you can hit us up on our YouTube page at Bad Guys, BADDGUYS on YouTube. Follow us. We got videos. We got music galore for the Raiders, and it's hip hop. It's hip hop at the same time. You know, and it's great quality, man. We spend a lot of time into doing this. We perform at mitzvahs, tailgate parties. Man, we have done a lot within the Raider Nation, man. They love us. They love our music. Yeah. It's an awesome ride, man. I came back to the pen to write music about the Raiders. Ain't that something?
Hey, you need to tell Al Davis and Tom Brady to cut the check then, man. You know what I'm saying? Need to tell them about
it's coming, bro. Trust me. It's patience and time. Patience and time, man. We got the buzz. We got things rocking. We got everything in place. Everything is situated. That's all about that one person that can, just like the industry for me, that one person who took in the film industry to it's going to do the same thing for the Raiders.
I got you, brother. I got you. So, man, we'll say, before I let you go, so this is called, you know, Masters of Intellectual Thinking Podcast, right? So, being, you know, using your intellect will get you far in life. So how has using your intellect, being diverse in so many things with music, with, you know, being a barber with like any type of art, like being a master barber is artistry, you know, having your nonprofit, that's because you've been a master of your intellect. So what can we expect in the future from the great brother Derek Washington, aka Mr. JOD, and we getting a lot of love in the live chat right now, man. We got Sharandala, she's showing love. I got my friend Raquel on the live. I got another podcast on her too, the plug SATX. But anyways, my brother, what can we expect from you in the future, my brother, being a master of your intellect?
Man, listen, this is just the beginning.
Right.
I have not reached the ceiling yet, bro.
Like that.
And one thing about me, man, it's never an ending point.
Right.
It's always something that's going to lead to something. I'm telling you, just look out for new JOD music in the future. Look out for me teaching and becoming an instructor, you know, to teach other barbers how to be a master and get to that next level.
Right.
Look out for the nonprofit to be doing some great things in the future. Just look out for me just taking my barber career to another level.
Right.
And And man, listen, skies, it's not even the skies no more, bro. You know what it is? The galaxy.
Hey, I feel that
Yeah.
way above the Earth's atmosphere. I feel you, brother. I
The
feel you, man.
beginning, bro. Just the
If,
beginning.
if somebody want a fresh fade or like
Mhm.
you also did something for Jermaine Dupri. You put like a hot top fade on him and had that man just
Oh man,
cool
let me
cool
tell
as a
you something.
fan.
Let me tell you something. That
Right.
was one of the, when I tell you, that was so iconic for me. And, you know,
Yeah,
I'm
it
a
was.
music head, man. I'm a music fiend, music head. I've been listening to JD for forever, since
Right.
Crisscross. And when I tell you to get that phone call, to go in and do that, that was everything for
Yeah.
me. Under the
That was,
sun, bro. And man, when I tell you, man, it was such an experience doing that on him. Nobody has ever done that on him. I was the first
yeah.
person to put that box on him like that.
Yeah.
Take him back to that 90s, so he can go. It was a big, it was an 80s, 90s party that I think Nelly had, Kirk and Rashida, they was having a big birthday bash. And all of them, I was dressed in the 80s and the 90s, and he wanted to go back. And they called me, bro. And when I tell you that was everything for me,
Yeah.
that was everything for me, bro. Like, and I
That's
killed,
awesome, bro.
and I, bah,
Yeah.
shots fired.
Like I always tell people, some people say I'm gonna give you your flowers while you alive, but I'm gonna give you your crown, my brother, because flowers die, but your crown ain't gonna never die, my brother. So you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, my brother. We've been rocking since 2010, my brother,
Yeah.
and I'm so proud of you,
Thank
King. Keep pushing, fam. And if anybody want a fresh fade or anything, where can they find your location at down in Atlanta, my
you.
brother?
This out. If you want a tight fade from me, you want to get the poof, the haircut magician,
Yes,
the style,
sir.
the image. You hit me up on my Instagram, JOD the artist. One word. Click on the link. You'll see my style sheet. I'm at Eclipse Hair Gallery, 239 Walker Street, in the heart of Atlanta, Northside Drive, by
Yeah.
the St. Stone, Peter Street, Walker Street. Come on.
Already, man. And I'll be making a trip to the A-Tool, fam, so we got to grab some grub, man. We got to catch up on old times, my brother. And like I said, man, thank you for being my special guest on Masters of Intellectual Thinking podcast. If anybody missed the live, it will be uploaded on the YouTube channel, so make sure y'all subscribe. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Much love. God bless y'all. And again, great brother Derek Washington. Keep pushing, my brother. I'm so proud of you, King, for sure, man.
Thank you, brother. Love you. Be blessed and keep going, brother.
Yes, sir. All right now. One.
One.